You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
Woo! Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Just to get here was trial. So I'm convinced we're going to have a great show tonight. Joining me as always is the homie JJ Jefferson. Welcome back, sir. It is a pleasure to have you in. How's it been? MPX went crazy. So how's it been?
Man, when you say crazy, by the way, everybody, excuse the voice. This is what happens when you work with the youth of America. It's spring break, but it's okay. We're gonna get through this. And I think I just heard a new intro for No Gimmicks, if I'm not mistaken, because that was different.
That is correct.
That was a banger.
That is inspired by our former guest, the final boss, Exodus Prime. So
I love it.
Yeah, it's fitting. Now that we've had him on the show, it's fitting. And yeah, shout out to him. On that note, we have some stuff to talk about with that, because the last time we talked to him, we said here on this show, on this podcast, that if the Texas 8 were going to have a DFW representative, it was our recommendation that representative gets determined in the DFW. Lo and behold, it's happening. We're going to get the Texas 8 qualifier for the DFW is going to be LVJ versus the final boss, Exodus Prime, and it's happening next weekend at MPX in the DFW, as only it should. I want to know your immediate thoughts on this one.
Man, okay, so my immediate thoughts, as we talked about this, right, to help boost and build, and I was on record saying there are many Texas promotions that you got to keep your eye on, New Texas Pro being one of those promotions. So seeing MPX and New Texas Pro working together, first of all, we're in for a treat. Second of all, when it comes down to the Texas 8 tournament, for those of you that don't know what that is, this is where we figure out who is the best in Texas. Like, there are 8 districts. Think about it like the Hunger Games. Somebody is going to represent their district, and it's a one-night tournament to see who is the best in Texas. Last year, shout out to Danny O'Ryan. Danny O'Ryan was the inaugural Texas 8 tournament winner, and now we're looking at this year. And I gotta say, when it was announced and all the chatter started about the DFW, like Exodus Prime said, the people were throwing out Exodus Prime, Exodus Prime, Exodus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta be on record, and I'm gonna say it for everybody.
Oh, you gonna do it right now?
I'm gonna do it right, but here's why. Here's why.
I know the name you're talking about. You're about to bring it. Go ahead.
So hear me out, okay? Immediate thoughts. We had X on the show. X is the homie. X is the big dog. We love Exodus Prime. That is the final boss, the one true final boss. However, if there's anybody who can represent Dallas, I want to give a shout out, because I like giving flowers where flowers are due. LVJ, please come to the front of the room. After what I saw last week on New Texas Pro Snake Bite. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on
Phenomenal show.
IWTV and YouTube. Fire show, was a hell of a card. LVJ did something that really like made me a bigger fan of him. He called out Danny O'Ryan, and that's not something to take lightly. And he
Yep.
gave Danny O'Ryan a hell of a fight from start to finish. It could have went either way. So yeah, I'm excited for next week. I've got my ticket. I will be front row for that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm split because I could see either one of these guys going the distance, being the representative for Dallas. And I've told you this one on one. I really firmly believe, looking at the field of who's been announced, I think the DFW is the front runner in this year's Texas 8 tournament to win the whole damn thing, whether it is Exodus Prime or LVJ.
No, I gotta agree with you, and I gotta agree with you on LVJ as well. He has really started to distance himself a little bit with the work that he's putting out, and it's starting to show. People are starting to gravitate towards him, and it's nothing. It's if you're from DFW, it shouldn't be a surprise to you because this guy, his trajectory is from day one. He's getting better. He's putting on phenomenal matches. Now he's getting some of that aura that comes with that. Sort of like Exodus Prime, right? Exodus Prime did the same thing. Was a phenomenal talent. The aura just magically came with it. And you're starting to see the same thing from LVJ. So this match, it should be something the entire region is glued into because it is very important for the entire region. And shout out to MPX and New Texas for getting this done and having that partnership to say, hey, we realize how important this is for Dallas, for it to happen in Dallas. Here's the stamp. Go ahead and make it happen. And shout out to both teams for working together to get that done because it's awesome to see.
Right. And it's funny that we're talking about this. And shout out to Kim joining us in the chat as always.
Yep.
Always glad to see you. Kim brought up something that happened last week with Exodus Prime and Tatum Manning becoming the new tag team. We'll touch on that in a second. But for my point being, Exodus Prime is not taking this lightly. Still going out there and putting on a banger, even though he's got this qualifier next week to say, hey, I don't have Von Titan, my former partner, but I'm still going to take on Paradigm initially 2-on-1 to defend the MPX tag team titles. That's no easy feat. And then, as I mentioned with LVJ, again, not taking this lightly, not trying to dodge anything until the qualifier. You're at New Texas Pro for Snake Bite, and you go right for the head honcho. Hey, Danny, I want your spot. You have the 6-shooter contract, which guarantees you a title shot in New Texas Pro. I want that. And I want to fight you right here, right now for that, knowing that, next week you've got the qualifier for the Texas 8, but neither one of these guys are taking their foot off the pedal. So next week it's coming to a head, and I cannot wait to see it happen here in the DFW at MPX. If you haven't gotten your tickets, ladies and gentlemen, go to mpxwrestling.com. Get your tickets because I guarantee you that match alone, you're going to want to be in the building to witness that one. That's going to be something special.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I wholeheartedly agree. It's that whole weekend is loaded too, by the way. We have a lot going on that weekend.
Right.
And just for that to be one of the highlights of the weekend, because as a region, bro, I can't remember it being that exciting in a long time just to see some of this magnitude happen between two people. And it's a must-watch event. So very much looking forward to this, man.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be special. We are in for a treat. And speaking of in for a treat, can we talk about Pauly PTV for just a hot second? Because
the first edition,
the first edition of Pauly PTV. Shout out first of all to Pauly P, because the addicts love them some Pauly P.
Yes.
And shout out to whoever at MPX had the idea to say, hey, you know what? Let's do this and let's give Paulie the green light to do his own thing and do what he does best and give him his own segment because that was something that I didn't know I
Great.
needed, but when I
It was
saw it,
great.
injected into my veins.
it was great. And from that, we got a lot of information as well. So please, if that's what this is going to be moving forward, not mad at that at all. Not mad at that at all.
Absolutely. And shout out to Rusty as well. We all love Rusty. Those of us that know Rusty, that have seen Rusty work in every show, trying to make sure it stays peaceful and holding back Sky and Red the way that he was able to do by himself. Shout out to you, Rusty.
Hey, Rusty can get his hands dirty. You know what I mean? He's kind of like in the background. Him and Ernie are always in the background, but they definitely don't mind getting their hands dirty
Right.
at all.
At all.
Shout out to them, man. But yeah, man, Fist and Fury gave us so many surprises. We now have a clearer picture of what Destiny is gonna look like. We have some fallout from that show into this show, Gears of War. It was a very, very important show in terms of moving us forward on this path to Destiny and setting up this path to Destiny. Very phenomenal show.
Yeah, from start to finish, like you said, there were so many elements going on, but it all flowed so well. It all meshed so well. And we do have a clearer picture for Destiny. I forgot how many matches were announced last week. I want to say it was at least 4, maybe 5 additional matches
Yeah.
on top of
Yeah.
the Steel Cage main event. But every match that has been announced so far, literally, without a doubt, on the biggest
Banger.
stage, not only is it a banger, but each of them has the potential to be somebody's match of the night.
Of the year, bro. Of the year. Just think of this. Think of this real quick. From when they announced Manders versus is it Cruel? It's Manders versus Cruel, right?
At Destiny?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Manders versus Lethal Luke Cameron.
Oh, you're right. Still, banger, bro.
Banger. And the funny thing about that is when we were looking at that happen last week, we saw what Luke Cameron did, which, by the way, I just want to go on record. I told you it was a 70-30. No offense to Elijah Cortez.
You're right.
I love Elijah. I see him putting that work in. It's
You're
only a
right.
matter of time until he's a big name with MPX as well. But Lou was not playing. And after that match, when he found Ernie, he didn't even look at the contract, bro. Ernie said, "Here's the contract for Destiny." Lou said,
I don't care.
"Done. I don't care. Done. I'll see you at the Epic in Grand Prairie, April 11th. I don't care who it is." And sure enough, the one called Manders.
Bro, listen. If you didn't need me to buy a ticket, right? It just everything went out the window. Everything went out the window for Destiny. That match alone is getting me in the building.
Right.
You didn't the Steel Cage main event is what got me in the building. But this is going to get me in the building faster. Faster. If it's first, I won't mind. You know what I mean? Because we know we're getting bangers all night. We got Big J, Demo Diamond at Destiny in a Charlie Legal match.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, if you haven't seen the Epic has room. It has room to move about the cabin in a very, very violent way. And so you're getting Demo Diamond in his highest state of festivity in a Charlie Legal match at the Epic at Destiny, going up against Big J.
Yeah. As somebody who formerly worked at the Epic, all I can say is make sure that all the hatches are hunkered down because, as you said, it is a massive building. It is a lot of space. There's a lot of bad blood between those two individuals. And if you thought the steel cage match between Cavens and JD was going to be violent, man, that Shirley legal match is going to be without a doubt a very, very,
Very violent
very
match.
close second because Demo, like you said, is at the highest level of pistivity. And this has been the show where we've said it. There is no more dangerous wrestler than a pissed off wrestler. And Demo has been chomping at the bit for this one. And now you basically said, hey, all those rules in a traditional wrestling match, oh, there's the window. Go ahead and throw them out.
Throw that out. go ahead and throw that out. Here you go.
Let them fight.
And thank you, MPX. Thank you. Thank you. Because it's a vent session. It's a vent session that we're all gonna enjoy. So thank you very, very much. But before we move over into this week in Gears of War, by the way, shout out to you, Nicholas Caldwell, Conspiracy Graphics for these wonderful, wonderful flyers that you guys made. I always love the video game theme ones because they go all out. So shout out to you. But before we get into that, one thing that we did talk about was the main event from last week. Man going up against JD Griffey. And we talked about the importance of keeping your focus, right? And I can't help after that main event from last week, JD did it again, bro. He did it again. He used emotion even when he's hurt, because he's hurt. Shout out to you, Kim. He's hurt, right? He has the clear advantage. I'm talking about man, but can't put his emotions aside for 1 second to notice how hurt he actually has him, bro. And it's like, we talked about it. The one mistake, he capitalizes off that one mistake because you're emotional. And it happened again last week. And I couldn't help but walk away from that match like, come on, man. Like, you are smarter than this. You're smarter than this. Don't fall for the okie doke because he's got you. If he has you emotional, he's got you. And again, it's just more momentum for JD Griffey going into Destiny. And it's just another piece on his chessboard that he can move, man. So I was rooting for man, right? Because we know there's an affinity there for him. This going into Destiny, it seems like JD Griffey has all the chips in his corner. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, giving credit where credit is due because we also seem to eat a lot of crow on this show. Especially when it pertains to one JD Griffey. So JD, wherever you are, I hope you're watching, I hope you're listening. And man, when you look at it, right? We talked about this road to destiny being a trial for Cavens, having to find his way to get through JD and his army, if you will, to be able to get to a softened version of JD for the main event. But after last week, after Fist and Fury, JD Griffey proved two things. One, that man is prepared physically, mentally, emotionally, any word additive you want to think of. JD Griffey is prepared and ready for that steel cage match. Not just because he's a cage fighter, but because JD has been on record saying that in 2026, JD is bringing the smoke to any and everybody, no matter who it is, no matter when it is, no matter where it is. JD's mission is to put people in body bags and hand out L's all year long. And he's had a track record doing so. The second thing that we took away from Fist and Fury with JD Griffey is, like you talked about, JD is a strategic manipulative, tactical mastermind. And yes, going through the gauntlet in his own right to get ready for Destiny to defend that title against Cavens. I honestly thought there was going to be a chink in the armor, and we kind of saw it last week when JD was kind of limping around. And I'm like, oh, man, you got him. Stay on him. Don't let it up. Go. Keep your foot on the gas.
Yep.
And all it took was that one second where Man let off the gas and JD flipped the switch, and it was over. Now I'm worried because, again, steel cage match, main event, marquee match, a huge venue like the Epic. For JD Griffey, this is another Saturday night. And we've seen what JD can do under the bright lights when it matters the most.
Yep.
So everything is playing out in his favor.
Absolutely. And that's what I've been saying. It's like, I think Cavens emotionally made a mistake and agreed to this match because we know what the MPX championship means to him.
Right.
We know when we seen it, and again, that could be the champion's curse, right? Hitting Cavens. Because when you get that championship and you lose that championship, there's a change that you have to acknowledge. You were at the top of the mountain and now you're not. JD knows what that's like because he spent a lot of time trying to get it back. And now that he has it back, he doesn't want to lose it again. So you see him, and from where he was to where he is now in his planning has jumped tenfold because he's used every single opportunity to stack the deck against Cavens without even making it noticeable. That's the crazy part. He's not even making it noticeable. He's just allowing, and this could be anger guiding this whole thing because you've seen how he was when he came on after he lost that championship. He was angry, highly upset. And that could be anger driving him. He's angry at the MPX addicts because the MPX addicts, he feels like, don't respect him the way that he feels like they should. And every single thing that he's done, I got to be honest, it's been calculated, it's been cold, it's been brilliant because he does not want to lose that championship. And you hear him say it, I'm going to be a champion forever. And who does that sound like?
Yeah.
Have they lost that title yet? No.
You've got a point. You've got a point. And something else while you were talking, because I was just thinking about it again as we're getting ready for Destiny. I just thought about another piece of the puzzle that JD has added, if you will. When you look at Destiny, we just talked about it. Cheerly Legal, Big J, Demo Diamond. Demo and Cavens, we know, are boys, even though they may not like each other. They have a respect for each other. Yep. And Demo has had Cavens' back down this road. But if Big J can somehow take Demo Diamond out of the picture, okay, there's one less domino to fall. And then we also talked about Man. Man hasn't been announced for Destiny, but the emotions, the everything that's going on is Man going to have his head on a swivel if need be down the road when it comes down to, Destiny on April 11th. Then next week, LVJ, if LVJ does represent the DFW and goes on to win the Texas 8 tournament, now you've got LVJ riding on a high streak, and LVJ is going to be chomping at the bit too. So again, you've got all these dominoes in place, and like you said, JD is just sitting back watching it all unfold because he's literally staying at least 10 steps ahead of everybody else.
And what's funny is you mentioned the Demo Big J match. That could be by design, right? Because if I have you preoccupied with somebody else in my group, then you're not focused on me for the championship. You're trying to get through me, but I already got a roadblock in front of you. Oh, by the way, I'm going to battle your friend. And oh, by the way, I got him to get me what I want by putting us in the cage together. The tactics are insane, bro. Mm-hmm. It's insane. But That's why he's the champion. That's exactly why he's the champion. And I hate coming on here every week and kind of repeating the same thing, but he's made me a believer, man. It is what it is. He's made me a believer.
We just need an official JD Griffey likes the No Gimmicks podcast show, and we've made it. We've made it. At that
I know. It's gonna take time, but listen, some things you just have to acknowledge. You have to be humble enough for yourself to be like, I made an error. There was a lapse in judgment. My bad. I was unfamiliar with your game. Oh, welcome to the chat, Mr. Demo Diamond.
Here we go.
I'm not worried about JD right now. That's the Lynn. This design is me cooking Big J. So, but you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It works both ways. It works both ways.
Yeah, welcome to the chat, Demo. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm ready to see what you've got coming. I know you've got big things with Destiny around the corner. Every time I've seen you at the Epic, you have elevated your game and shown up and shown out. So I'm excited. I will say that. Just a spoiler, or not a spoiler, but maybe a precaution. MPX management, if ever, y'all need it, the Grand Prairie Police Department, literally right next door to the Epic. Just want to throw that one out there.
Oh, look at you, Kim. We'll get into that. But, my friend, it is time for the breakdown of MPX Gears of War. Are you ready?
Let's do it. There's a lot going on. It's going to be an explosive weekend, so let's dive in.
All right, addicts, we're going to ask a favor from you tonight. If you're in the chat, if you're listening, as we go through these matches, let us kind of know what your thoughts are. Let us know who you think will get the win this weekend. All right, but here we go. This is This Week on MPX Gears of War. And Demo saying we're going to need an ambulance for Big J. Uh-oh. I like the threats. I like them. But MPX Gears of War coming at you live this Saturday. And listen, let's start off. We talked about LVJ and the run that he's been on, his rise, and he ain't ducking the smoke. He ain't ducking the smoke, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't ducking the smoke. He's going up against the homie, the friend of the show, the reincarnation of excellence, Mr. Kari Jarrett. Buddy, I'm going to be on record with this one. I don't like this for Kari. I don't like it. I don't like it. Because Kari, I feel like, is trying to find his place again in MPX, right? And you know, he's been on record like he wants more matches. We get that. But against LVJ, who's been on this streak, on this crazy streak, I don't like this matchup for him. I really don't. But if it's anybody that could put out the fire that LVJ has been building, it is the reincarnation of excellence, Mr. Kari Jarrett. What are your thoughts on this match?
I'm going to copy and paste everything that you just said because, Kari is the big homie. That is my guy. That is my dog. I love Kari. Shout out to MPX, by the way, because when this match was announced, I want to say somebody gave him a new nickname as they called him the Execution of Excellence, which I'm not mad at that either.
I'm here for that.
I rock with it. So reincarnation or the execution, either way, he is the excellent one. But I just don't see him getting through LVJ. Not this version of LVJ. Like if we were talking about LVJ maybe a couple of months ago or, late last year, 2025, then yeah, I would have said Kari, give me Kari in this one. But like you said, LVJ's been hot, not just at MPX, across the scene. LVJ's been making a name, been putting the work in, been getting the matches in, has not been ducking any smoke at all. So I think the flame is just too hot right now with LVJ. I think this one, without a doubt, absolutely screams match of the night or match of the year potential because it's a banger waiting to happen with these two. And I think LVJ is going to get it done. Do I think it's close? I would like for it to be. But honestly, with LVJ being as hot as he is, and Kari, please don't hurt me if you see this or hear this. I got LVJ sweeping this one.
Ooh, ooh. I'm gonna go opposite on this one. I'm gonna go opposite, and I do think Kari rights this ship. It's been too long since we've seen him in an MPX ring, and it hasn't even been that long, but it's been too long. And I think he needs to come back. He needs to make a statement. If anybody's going to make that statement against LVJ, it's going to be him. This puts him in a better spot. And it kind of puts a little doubt in the mind of LVJ going into his match with Exodus next weekend. If there's anybody that, and there's history between Kari and X, he could be doing them a favor, right? Winning this match. I'm going to go with Kari on this
one. Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Plus, we'll have LVJ on next week. If I'm wrong, I get to eat crow live. So,
meanwhile, if I'm right, I get to say it again that I was right. I see what we're doing here. I like this.
Yes. If I'm wrong, I get to eat crow. It's, it is what it is. But I'm going with Kari. Okay. All right. Big J versus Ozzy. And Ozzy is someone we haven't seen in MPX in a minute either, right? I like these people coming back, coming home for a second, checking it out. Ozzy's coming back, testing himself. Big J. Again, both men need to find their spot in MPX. Big J, he's a curious case for me. He's in a spot right now to where I believe if he does get enough momentum, I wouldn't mind seeing Big J with an Addicts title or a prospect title. I think this match would do him some wonders in that department. And again, we have a prospect title that's wide open right now. So why not? Thoughts?
You know what? I like where your head is. I will agree with you about Big J because I do, even though I don't like the antics right now, I do still support Big J. I think Big J is just, like you said, just one moment away from his spotlight at MPX, whether it is an MPX Addicts title, a prospect title, something like that down the road. But I'm going to say this because I'm a big fan of Ozzy, not just at MPX, but again, because Ozzy has been all over the scene, has been lighting it up, tearing it up. And Ozzy is another one of those young guys who's not ducking smoke. Ozzy will go toe-to-toe with anybody, bigger than him, the same size of him, faster than him, stronger than him. Ozzy is not going to duck smoke. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I just watched a show from HOT down in Waco not too long ago where Ozzy took on T-Ray in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And for Texas independent wrestling fans, T-Ray is not somebody that is a light work subject. That is a man's man, literally. And Ozzy stood toe-to-toe with him in a Falls Count Anywhere match. So with this one, and also because Big J has been on a little bit of a down spree at MPX, including what we saw last week at Fist and Fury, because again, I think there's just a lot of, I've got my focus on Demo Diamond, but I'm not focused on anything else. I want to hurt Set 6, and I'm not really focusing on anything else. So I think that is gonna play a factor too. So give me Aussie for this one because again, I think it's just gonna take that one slip up, that one mistake, and I think Aussie is gonna capitalize on it.
I'm gonna agree with you there, and it's gonna be really interesting seeing Ozzy come back because you're right. Down at HOT, he's been on fire, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, man, without a doubt. And another interesting match that had my eyes on when it was announced. We talked about him earlier in the show. Lethal Lou Cameron has been on a tear, absolute tear, just running through people at MPX. And this week at Gears of War, he's taking on someone that I'm not too familiar with, but I am excited to see Trey Jackson. And again, I am fairly new to Trey Jackson. Haven't
Same,
really seen a lot of him, so I got to do some homework between now and Saturday. But one
same.
thing that did catch my eye, Trey posted on social media and said, "Hey,
I saw that too.
hey, everybody is out here talking about Lethal Lou Cameron. Everybody is talking about how big he is, how strong he is, how powerful he is. I don't give a damn. I want to fight him." So that already for me,
I responded to that. I was like, I like this approach.
right. And I'm
I
like,
like
that
it.
anybody like that doesn't duck the smoke but wants to go out there and prove themselves, you got to win in my book. Because I'm like, yes, I'm here
Yep.
for it. I'm gonna support you whether you are the
Win or
underdog or the
lose.
favorite. It don't matter. I'm gonna support you.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see it. But again, we talked about it. Lethal Lou, Paradigm in 5. Lou has flipped that switch, and we talked about it, has been all around Texas and is somewhat new to MPX, but has slowly been getting his footing at MPX every single time he's been on the card. And Lou is getting better and better and more dangerous with every time he steps through that curtain. So I think I want to see a fight for this one. I hope I'm wrong when I say I think this one is 60-40 this time around. I hope it's, pretty split, but I think it's going to be 60-40. I think Lethal Lou is going to get the win, but I'm so excited to see Trey Jackson. I can't wait to see what he's
Me,
going to bring to the table.
me too. But you know what? That post he put up got me thinking it's more 50-50, bro. Because anybody that's looking at Lou Cameron of all people and like I want to fight that guy, you got some dog in you. You don't just say that and not be ready to prove it, bro. Like you don't just say I want to smoke with this guy and you don't have no smoke to give him. So, hey, all the way, all the way 50-50 for me.
Yeah, bro, I'm not mad at that one. Like I said, I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. Trey Jackson is someone that, again, cannot wait to see. And that's something special about MPX when they bring in fresh talent, new talent that the addicts haven't seen or heard of yet. It's like, oh, yeah, you see them, and then it's like, oh, okay, now I want some more. And then the addicts gravitate towards that. And then it's
Yep.
only a matter of time until we see you again and then
Yep.
we see you again. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on record and say, Trey Jackson, welcome to the MPX Addicts.
Welcome. Welcome. Absolutely welcome. But speaking of matchups here, we have a matchup of a current tag team champion going up against a former tag team champion. And that's Tatum Manning going up against Devin Anello. And for some reason, this is a sneaky matchup for me. This is a sneaky good matchup for me because Devin Anello is somebody before he got into the tag team with World Class, before he joined World Class, he was somebody that when he debuted, I was like, this guy's got a ton of potential. And when he became part of World Class and went after the tag team titles, you saw it, right? He needed the guidance. He got the guidance. I'm very curious to see what it looks like on the other end of this with him having some of that experience going up against someone like a former MPX champion in Tatum Manning and testing his skills back on the singles competition side of things. It's a very important match for him, but something I'm looking forward to seeing. just how much better he's gotten as a singles competitor after leaving that tag team.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think this one is also going to be sneaky good in the sense of could we be seeing a retransformation of world class? Like again, we talked
Ooh.
about it. When you have the championships, it's one thing, but what do you do after you lose those championships? And honestly, we haven't heard crickets from world class since they did lose those tag team
That is
titles
correct.
to Exodus Prime and Von Titan. Now, we haven't heard anything from Dave DeVille yet, but we have, like this weekend, Devin Anello is coming back. So I
Yes.
think with everything going on, if Devin can somehow find a way to get his footing, get in a groove, keep Tatum on his toes, which is very hard to do. But if Devin can somehow sneak a win over Tatum, I think that gives you that little notch in your belt to say, hey, I pinned one half of the MPX Tag Team Champions, and we're on the road to Destiny, and we still have something to prove because I have said it, and I don't know if they've heard me say it, but I have said it. When World Class was tag team champions, it felt like their tag team run as champions felt like paper champions because you weren't defending the titles. You just had the belt. You guys had the belts, but you took shortcuts to keep them, and then you never defended them. We don't have a tag team worthy enough to fight us. Okay, here's a tag team. We find a shortcut to win. Oh, here's Purple Haze. We find a shortcut to win. Exodus Prime and Von Titan, the first time they're paired together, they beat you and they get an opportunity. So I think too that chip on their shoulder is going to be there as well for Devin Anello. This one's going to be hard to call, honestly. I don't know which way I'm going in this one.
That's a great point. That is a very great point. And yeah, that could have some huge ramifications. That is funny that you bring that up because I wasn't even thinking that way. I was just thinking it's singles, but yeah, that could very much have some very heavy tag team ramifications. Oh, Kim's saying Tatum. She's a Tatum Manning guy. Tatum Manning girl. Sorry.
I love it. I support it. I'm not mad at it. I agree with you. Shout out Tatum. You know what? I think I just figured out which way I'm leaning. I think I'm going to lean Tatum on this one just a little bit because, again, we're on the road to Destiny. And where is Destiny? Tatum's hometown, Grand Prairie, Texas. And we saw it last week. Tatum's promo to say, hey, everybody has forgotten about me. Everybody has wrote me off. Destiny is in my hometown. I have to be at Destiny. So even that little chip on his shoulder helped lead him to go with Exodus to get the tag team titles. So I think, again, just having that hey, it's my hometown. I got to put on for my hometown. I think that's going to help carry Tatum a long way too. So yeah, I think I'm going to edge with Tatum in this one.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that either. And honestly, there's my motto when it's people that I don't bet against, I never bet against them. Tatum's one of those guys. I don't bet against Tatum Manning. So it's Tatum Manning for me. So, but speaking of tag team ramifications, we do have a tag team match. This match is going to have some ramifications to it. Both tag teams have been talking majorly noise to each other over the past week. We're talking about Most Wanted and the Street Style Fight Academy. They've been going back and forth over social media. They can't wait to get in the ring with each other. This match will have some heavy tag team ramifications. We've been talking a lot about the tag team division and how it's starting to ramp up and how you're starting to see guys come to MPX specifically to chase those tag team titles. It's creating some more prestige in that division. This match is almost like a grudge match and one that's I can't call either because both teams absolutely need this win. But what are your thoughts?
Man, this one, honestly, this is an easy one for me. And here's why. Here's why. I'm going Most Wanted because we've been on record on this show saying Most Wanted time and time again has been this close. Correct. This close to the MPX tag team titles, and they have found that gear. They flipped that switch. Their chemistry, insane. The way they work together, insane. The way they get under the Addict skin, insane.
Correct.
Last week, taking on End of the World Party, which was no easy feat. That's not an easy outing. And somehow, some way, because
Got it
Most
done.
Wanted is good at what they do, they found a way to get it done. And I think they're gonna do it again. I think they too are on a roll, and it's only a matter of time until Most Wanted gets their. I don't know how many times they've had the shot for the MPX tag team titles, but I think this is going to be that next step for them to help get them to where they want to be. And that is very soon. I could see it. Maybe not Destiny time frame, but I can definitely say sometime 2026. I wouldn't be shocked if Most Wanted is MPX tag team champions.
I'm gonna copy and paste. I agree. I agree. And we've seen them in situations to where, yeah, they were very, very close to being champions. And for some odd reason, they aren't. I think that did put a chip on their shoulder. They have gotten better. They've taken some time and worked on their game. They look pretty incredible right now. I got to give you that. And their outing last week, into the world party, like you said, no easy feat. I got to go with them. I got to go with them on this one.
Yeah, man. But yeah, these two teams have been talking a lot of noise, a lot of chatter on social media building up to this one. So again, this one I think is going to be split in the middle. All of these guys are going to be ready for a fight. All I can say, whoever ends up refereeing this match, man, kudos to you. I hope you have your head on a swivel because, yeah, good luck.
I agree. I agree. Good luck with that. It's pack a lunch. All right. 2 matches left that have been announced. And we saved these 2 for last because we have aura just to spread around the rest of the card. We're going to start with the biggest of the auras, Tom A. And listen, when this match was announced, the MPX Addicts went crazy behind this one. Tom A taking on Marvelous Mac. Thoughts?
I will say there was a post that Tom A made when this match was announced, and he basically let Marvelous Mac know that, hey, this is a fashion ripoff. You don't want to pay to see this, but you're welcome for this match. And my aura is going to outshine Marvelous Mac's light. And I'm not going to lie to you. This is one of those guys that is hard to bet against because we've been on record. I have been on record choosing against Tom A. And I've seen Marvelous Mac. I know the work that Marvelous Mac can do, what Mac brings to the table. I think it's going to be a banger. It's definitely going to be a clash of styles in
Very
way
much.
more ways than one because I'm excited to see both entrances for both of these two to see
Very
who's going
much.
to out entrance the other. Oh, but I think Tom A is going to get it done. First time I've said that in a long time, but I think Tom A is going to get it done.
You're right. You're right. And Marvelous Mac, I was looking forward to the entrance. I'm still looking forward to the entrance. I'm looking forward to the entrance, the presentation, the whole 9. Once the bell rings, though, Tom A flips a switch, bro. It's not just show, and it's not just I'm here to show you my aura. Like I can get down and dirty too. So can Marvelous Mac. And that's what kind of has me curious in this match. Can he flip the switch? Can he match Tom A's energy in the ring? Because we know what Tom A can do. And he's at home, bro. And when he's at home, he's comfortable. And he's still people are really overlooking the mean streak that Tom A has developed. Like the guy he's cold, he's callous. Don't let the exterior fool you. He's cold. He's got ice in his veins, and he is not afraid to flip the switch at any given moment in that ring. Can Marvelous Matt match that energy? That is the biggest question. I don't know the answer to that yet, so my pick is also going to be Tommy.
I love it. And I do want to say, I want to give a shout out and an honorable mention to Laura Pulver and Brian Pulver, Pulver Photography, because I can already see it now. I can already
these shots
see
are
the
going to be
photos.
incredible.
Oh, yeah. These shots for this, the shots in the night alone are going to be great. But this particular match, I think they're going to have some of their best work, some of their best photos because of the presentation of both of these guys in Tomei and in Mac. So I personally cannot wait to see the photos that come out of this match.
Absolutely, man. And listen, if it's a fashion show in the entrance, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Do what y'all got to do. But once that bell rings, just understand business is about to be handled.
That part. And speaking of business, man, the match that caught my eye for this show that I definitely am going to be glued in and locked in for, and I'm glad he's here in the chat, and I hope he still is. Demo Diamond versus Sugar Cane Carter.
The return
Of Cane Carter that we have not seen in a very long time. And both of these guys are my guys. Cane Carter has grown leaps and bounds, not just as a tag team wrestler with KOA, but Cane Carter has been a dog in the singles division, not just in Texas, in Oklahoma, in Kansas, in Arkansas. And wow. Oh. Well. Thank you, Demo, for sticking around in the chat. That just made my night even better because Demo's been on a mean streak, and we've talked about this time and time again. Demo's got a chip on his shoulder, and it's only getting bigger, which is crazy to say because a lot of people, after they get a little bit of something, like last week, Demo was able to get a few chair shots in on Big J. Demo also got in the head of Big J. Hey, I'm fighting you at Destiny. I accept. So you would think Demo is kind of, okay, I'm calming down a little bit. No, Demo is still chomping at the bit, grinding, and is laser focused. And that is a dangerous combination. But like you touched on, next weekend is going to be a lot of wrestling for us next weekend because Sugar Cane Carter has a big moment down in HOT. So for me, I don't know if Kane is looking too far down the road or if he's taking it step by step. But again, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, he's been on a mission too. He's been grinding too. So this is going to be a fight from start to finish. I don't know which way I'm going to lean because, like I said, both of these guys are my guys. They are both hungry. They are both damn good in the ring. I'm going to be locked in for this one. That's all I can say. If you needed a match of the night, that hey,
this is it.
This is it. Look, don't leave your seat. Don't turn your TV off. Make sure you have a drink. Make sure you're ready to go because from start to finish, when that bell rings, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, both men are about that action, and it's going to be something that we're going to be talking about next week. This is going to be one of our main points of talking next week about how good this match actually is. But you mentioned Kane Carter and his traveling. Demo's been traveling as well. Right. Demo's been getting his name out there as well. He's been putting on, and big stuff coming his way as well, and that's what makes this match something that you have to watch because both men, it's wild, bro. Like seeing the leaps and bounds both men have jumped in just 2 years, right? In that short amount of time, the amount of championships that they both have been able to accumulate, and now they're back in this space going up against each other. It's phenomenal, but that's also going to speak to how good this match is going to be because both men have gained enough experience to where it's going to be a chess match in that ring and something that's worthy of being a match of the night.
Right. And one other thing to touch on, we all know Demo is at home at MPX. The addicts love Demo, which is also crazy to see because it wasn't that long ago when people were booing Demo out of the building.
Yep.
And now it's like Demo is the flag bearer or one of the flag bearers of MPX, and the addicts gravitate towards Demo. The same can be said about Kane Carter because not too long ago, when KOA was a tag team with one Tony Snow, Kane Carter was getting booed out of the building. But it wasn't too long ago when we saw Kane Carter in a special showing at the Showcase of the Immortal, and Kane got a very warm welcome back from the addicts that were in attendance. So I'm curious to see the reaction that we know Demo is going to get a loud reaction, but I'm curious to see what kind of reaction Kane is going to get for this one. Seeing how it's been, it's been a while since we've seen Kane.
Look at this from Kim. I like Demo as a face better. You know what, Kim? And listen, I'm gonna break protocol here real quick. I like Demo as a face. You know what I mean? But Demo as the bad guy, I'm actually very, very, I prefer that guy. You know why I prefer Demo as a bad guy? Is because Demo shows me that he has no limit to where he goes. Right? It's like seeing Batman with no moral compass. I like that. I'm a fan of that. Not saying that he still doesn't have it, right? He still has it. It's still there. But when you know it's there, I like that.
I can agree with you because, shout out to Kim again being in the chat with us all night. Kim being a Tatum Manning supporter and us in this show being a huge whoa.
Hold on. No, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing. Don't do that, Demo. Don't do that. It's not what I'm doing.
Oh no. I'm not getting involved in that one. My name is Bennett. I'm not in it because I know Demo and those forearms are lethal. So Kelvin, you better be on
that is not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing, sir. I'm just saying when it's present on your face, when I know it's there, I like that version. I'm not saying you're soft at all.
The invite.
Listen. Okay, all right. The door is open, Demo. You know this.
We'll be in touch.
Kim said that was not my intention either. You started this, Kim. But I'm just saying, the presence is all I mean.
And speaking of presence, I don't know if it's the main event officially, but based on Pauly PTV, this one has me circled. It's a tag team match, which is going to be huge because it's Red Chambers and a mystery tag team partner against Sky De La Cremosa, who also is going to have a mystery tag team partner. So the fact that we have two mystery partners that haven't been announced is crazy. 2, the bad blood between Red and Sky that I didn't know still existed is still there, and I'm here for it. And 3, are we getting the Texas Chainsaw Sky De La Cremosa back? Like, are we getting that violent side of Sky back? I know we've been saying we need it, but we're seeing it now.
You read my mind.
Even coming out last week, Sky didn't have on the leather jacket and the shades and the music. Sky came out looking rugged, like a chainsaw.
You read my mind.
He's hungry. He wants to fight. He's violent.
You read my mind. Finally.
It's happening.
Finally. I don't know what it took, but finally, we're starting to see him again.
Thank you, Red, for the chair shot that changed Sky.
Yes. Yes. Now, am I calling Sky soft? No. But did I like that version of Sky? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I sure hope you're not trying to call Sky because if Sky
No.
if
I just said no.
if Sky ends up anywhere near no gimmicks, I'm going left. I don't
No,
want to be
I'm
around that smoke.
saying I'm not calling him soft, but the corporate version of him, I no. I did not like that. I did not like the reformed version of Sky Della Cremosa. Give me the killer. Give me the Texas Chainsaw. Give me the fear evoking man that when he walks out, you know without a shadow of a doubt, pain is going to be involved. I like that version of him.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's funny that you said pain because looking at Red Chambers last week, Red is not backing down. And that is something that I admire out of Red because we've talked about it. Red has been on the show with us.
Yep.
Red is a dog, no pun intended there. But Red is, and you can see it ever since winning that MPX Addicts Championship, it's flipped a switch inside of Red to where Red is fighting for something now. It
Yes.
means so much to him to be the Addicts champion. And yeah, we're starting to get the shades of the old Sky, the violent Sky. But Red is like, hey, you want to get violent? I can be deathmatch Red. I'm not scared of you. I'm not backing down from you. As a matter of fact, he even took it to the next level and said, Sky, when it comes down to death matches here, you can't beat me, and you haven't beaten me.
That's a crazy statement.
Yeah.
And and it's true though. But that's a crazy statement to say to Sky. And maybe that's what woke him up.
I don't know, but whatever it is that woke him up, this tag team match is going to be huge. The mystery partners, man, there's so many names that are just running through my mind right now that I can think of. I mean, I've seen some interactions and some stuff on social media. So, like in my head, I'm like fantasy booking, and I'm like, oh, could we see like a Red Chambers and a Langley pairing? Could we
That'd be
see?
awesome.
Could we see like a Red Chambers and an Adam Green pairing? Like there's so many names that are going through the mind. But then for Sky, it's like one, unless it's excessive violence, I don't think I've really seen Sky work well with somebody else in a tag team.
That's true too.
I don't know how this is going to play out.
Oh, that's very true. And would someone trust Sky? Because let's be honest, he still has the trust issues with him. Can you trust Sky in a tag team as a tag team partner? Who would want that responsibility? That's a monumental task. But whoever gets it, I mean, you have Sky as a tag team partner. You can't go wrong.
Right.
So yeah, it's very interesting, man. That's a very interesting prospect. So something to look forward to. I mean, it's gonna keep me glued, regardless. Just to see who it's gonna be. I'm gonna be glued on it. Again, bangers all the way around this card, and it's only solidifying the path to Destiny. And speaking of Destiny, man, we got to get some people falling through here very soon to talk Destiny. Demo, you said you look like you need to come on the show. The door is open. Please come talk some Destiny with us, my friend.
But I'm here for it.
JD, what you JD? Lord, why do I do that? He's talking about me. He's talking about me. He's calling the show trash. JJ, what do you got?
I mean, since you touched on JD, hey JD, if you're out there, Destiny, we can chop it up again. It's been a minute since we've had the 6-time MPX champion on the show. You know, just throwing it out there. Demo, we'll be in contact. Love to have you on the show again. It's been too long, my friend.
It has.
But no, if y'all haven't, make sure you go get your tickets. mpxwrestling.com, 510 Harwood Road, Bedford, Texas. If you can't be there in person for Gears of War, make sure you follow YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I believe, like it was last week, all 3 are going to be streaming, but still make sure you follow, make sure you support. You want to show MPX some love. It is only getting bigger and better as we build on the road to Destiny. And speaking of Destiny, tickets are on sale again, mpxwrestling.com, but it won't be in Bedford. Destiny is going to Grand Prairie, Texas at the Epic. And it is a monster of a venue. So please do not wait to get your tickets, because you are going to want to be close to the action for Destiny. There's not a bad seat in the house, but
not at all.
For Destiny, for a show that special, you want to
be front, bro.
You're going to want to be close to the action.
Yep. So get those tickets, guys. Please get those tickets.
And Matthew Palmer, can we be in touch too? No Gimmicks, kickoff show, pre-show. I'm here for it. I'm coming home. Please.
Shoot the shot, JJ. Shoot the shot.
It's 2026. We're shooting the shot, all the shots.
Shoot the shot. Shoot the J. Oh, man. But I got nothing else, my friend, if you don't.
That's it.
All right, man. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this week on MPX. You guys know what it is. Come back next time. But until then, stay safe. Take care of each other. Enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks, gimmicks.